play. They're going to give as much energy and have as much focus and as much passion to go out there and try to shock the world as they possibly can. For South Sudan, they've already put themselves on the map. This is now a chance to solidify yourselves. And the closer that this game gets into the fourth quarter, the more the pressure shifts back to the U.S.
Well, Steph Curry plays for Golden State Warriors. He understands about each game being someone's Super Bowl, being the biggest game each night. So he gets it, and that's a message that, as a veteran player, even though this is his first Olympic experience, that's a message that he can make sure that he gives to a guy like Anthony Edwards and guys who have not been in all those situations night in and night out.
Curry sits down, looks like he's ready to get back on the floor. He only has 1 point in this game, 0 for 6 from the field. And no, Curry's going to stay on the bench. Derek White, with the momentum, will stay out there. This crowd is now back into it a little bit as well.
We got a game. We in here. A lot of people look at the stat sheet and they see the steals, right? They look at Derek White, they're going to say, oh, he got 3 steals. He's really active. Well, we have something as well in Marquette when I was there called Deflection King. How many deflections can you get? How many passes can you get that can mess up the play, right? Can do that, hit off a guy's leg. You might not get a steal for that, but that's a deflection. And so this guy, his hands, his imprint is all over this game.
He's always towards the top of the NBA in that category as well. Lob it up. Oh, Adebayo, his first miss of the day. Thor in transition. Trying to get it to Jones. Instead it's Oman.
Good.
Now Jones at the controls. Adebayo steps up on the perimeter. Jones wants to go with the small on big. Oman. Pump. Jock. That's what he does. Shoots threes for a living. Not that time.
And this is the first time this half where we saw the USA come out with that same defensive intensity and pressure that they had to start the game.
Holiday lost it initially, got it back. Adebayo thought about it. He had 2 from the corners in the first half. Edwards is bumped. And he is down, slow to get up himself. He's taking an extra breather potentially. Quo will be called for it.
Got a little knee to the thigh. Those things hurt. Those knee to the thighs are the worst, bro. That's why it's to wear those pads, those McDavid pads.
I was going to say, but I still feel like you feel it through the padding.
Well, it gives you a little bit. See right there, that knee to that thigh, that's going to be a little sore. That's going to be something that he's going to have to make sure after the game you get right to it as soon as you get in the locker room. That's something that can hurt you when it comes to your movement, your ability. It gets stiff. It gets real sore.
He's trying to keep it loose right now before these free throws as Gabriel will check in. The U.S. in the
South Sudan.
A chance to get this 15-point cushion.
South Sudan.
Gabriel, a big part of that initial surge in this third quarter. Edwards has been quiet himself. Just 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting.
Can I just say, Kevin Durant might have the hardest slap handshake of anybody ever.
From the other day?
Well, I just saw him do it to Anthony Edwards. He came over here and he slapped my hand with red for about 20 minutes.
Yeah. I actually think they heard when he made contact with your hand in Australia. Carly Jones. Bounce it. Jock. 9 to shoot. Gabriel. Right back to him. 2-man game. Nice pocket pass. Gabriel corkscrews it in.
South Sudan is getting to their game now. The patience is there. Like I said, I think just a little bit of the pressure is taken off on USA when it comes to the pressure that they was putting on early in the game, making every shot tough.
Edwards. It was only a matter of time. Ant-Man in that last game against Serbia with 11 points and 5 boards on 4 of 6 shooting. You know how explosive he can be, averaging 26 points per game last year in Minnesota. Jones pulls long 2, short. Showing versatility again. Handed. Edwards. Dancing. Edwards. Spinning. Durant. Edwards playing catch with his childhood hero and nearly scoring through the contact. Will shoot 2 more, and Luol Deng just got out of his seat, did a full 360 in complete frustration.
I would love to see Anthony Edwards and Kevin Durant after practice or before practice. I'm sure they're doing a lot of one-on-one, against each other. Them 2 guys love playing the game of basketball, and it's fun to even see them out here playing together like this.
Well, Anthony Edwards, it feels like loves doing it. He is uber competitive, and a lot of people saw the video at the opening ceremony. Steph Curry playing top-tier instigator, by the way, bringing over the U.S. table tennis team, and Anthony Edwards saying,
he doesn't lack of confidence at all. And that's what we all love about Anthony Edwards, and he can back it up as well. So I believe he may be able to score one.
So there's video of him last year before the FIBA World Cup playing some. He's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. He's pretty good.
Listen, I believe Anthony Edwards when he talks his talk.
He scored the last 6 for the U.S., who have found a 17-point lead once again. Foul on the floor. Second team foul against the United States will go on Edwards.
Well, they've revved up the defensive intensity again, and I think in the beginning of the third quarter, having a big lead coming out of halftime, just a little bit lazy, a little bit defensively, maybe a step back than they was, and so South Sudan got into a little rhythm, and now they back up in that, and they're talking, they're communicating, and the defense looks like it did early on.
Joel Embiid patiently waiting, seeing if this is a game that his services will be called upon. If not, it feels like that next one against Puerto Rico could be a prime Embiid opportunity. Thor misfire. Chance to get this back to 19 or 20. White, tight off the screen, lob it up.
Bam, great job of getting the ball to Derek White, and then set a great screen, and then he rolled, and he did everything on that play. I mean, the guy can do it all on the floor, man.
Shayok. Oh, nice up and under. Counted and a foul. Marial Shayok averaged 19 points per game last year in China, and he shows that he's still a professional bucket getter.
Well, he's not going to stop shooting the basketball. That's one thing we've seen. Even though it's been a lot of tension on him in his game, he's still going to shoot that rock.
This is that outstanding all-around game that Bam can provide for you. So much versatility. Shayok does convert. So 1:02 to play in this third quarter. It is a 16-point game, similar to what we talked about at the end of the second. Can South Sudan get a couple of stops and make enough of a run to keep the pressure on the U.S. side? And a nice counter punch by the Americans in this quarter. Lob it inside, out of bio in traffic, lost it out of bounds. Oh. And let's see here. I think Steve Kerr wants this to be reviewed. He got all the way on the court asking for it. Let's take a look as to why he was so sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that gets overturned, though.
I don't know. It looks like Thor hit it out once Bam was trying to bring it down. It looked like Thor tipped it out of his hand.
Well, Antonio Conde and Martin Kozlowskis will go to the monitor.
What you said?
Martin Kozlowskis.
Kozlowskis?
Yeah, okay. That was basically it. You omitted one letter, but that's okay.
You had to call me out like that, bro.
So they go to the monitor to check on it. The key in this is it so clear and obvious that they can overturn it? Remember, the call on the floor was out of bounds going to South Sudan, because you could see here, yes, Thor touches it, but does an out of bounds fingertips get it before it goes out of bounds? And it's awfully close. It looks like right there, that left hand of Bam still might have grazed it before it went out.
After the review, goal remains.
But I'll tell you something. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again.
Well, I think you're wrong, but I just said okay. You know.
Let's see. The official call.
Stay here.
No.
Oh, you was right. I think your monitor is different than mine, bro. How do you see that? It's a lot of fingerprints on mine.
You want to try my glasses on? 46 seconds, so a 2-for-1 opportunity now for South Sudan. It's been an all-bench unit for the United States since the 6:42 mark of this third quarter. The United States bench has scored 53 of the 73 points for the team.
You know, some people's going to look at it like, oh, well, Joel Embiid didn't play. Well, how about Joel Embiid is getting a little rest? I mean, a lot of miles on his body, obviously early on in his career, a couple injuries. And so to be able to have the benefit to have guys to come out and take care of business the way that they're doing it so far, and you can sit and rest a little bit, it's not a bad thing at all.
It's a great point. Shayok driving kick, nearly a travel.
Derek White.
And to get a piece of the down three.
again, everybody did not understand why Derek White was added to this team because he wasn't a big, sexy name. But you're seeing it every time he steps on the floor. The guy makes winning plays on both ends of the floor.
4-second difference, shot clock to game clock. Durant dancing on Jock. Durant,
I'm
the
bigger
attack.
than you. That's
Durant,
all.
the fade, in and out, Adebayo inside. 3 seconds left. Edwards will put it up at the horn. No. South Sudan does make a little headway and takes this to a 16-point ball game as we head to the fourth in Lille.
SoFi's helping me get my money right to achieve my ambitions, like saving for a better swing.
Loosen that grip.
With SoFi, I earn more money on my money and pay no account fees. Plus, I'm investing in my game. SoFi can help fund all your ambitions, no matter how ambitious. Bank with SoFi to score a higher APY and an epic welcome bonus. SoFi, get your money right.
My competition is fierce. Sweat, grit, oil.
New Olay cleansing melts. Just soak, activate, wash. For 3 times better clean.
For my best skin.
New Olay cleansing melts. The official facial cleanser of Team USA.
BK's got something new to savor. The fiery menu packed with flavor. 5 of your faves, 5 levels of heat. From mild to wild, come on, let's eat. BK, have it your way.
The NBA app is everyone's app. Everyone looking for a bandwagon. Every statistician always in the weeds.
Points, rebounds, assists.
Every streetwear king busting out tunnel fits. Every diehard who wants to dive behind the scenes. And everyone else on this floating basketball we call Earth.
This here is a vacation like nowhere else, because here you can find new thrills, big chills, and oh, look at that. There's a new adventure happening every day. Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, someone's going to say, what did Derek White do today? Was the answer everything?
A little bit of everything. Him and Bam both are doing a little bit of everything, but obviously we understand this guy can knock down shots. But this right here is what makes Derek White special. His ability to be able to block shots, ability to be able to make these extra efforts right here, these deflections, these steals, and to give your teams extra possessions. People wonder why Boston Celtics was so good. It wasn't just the stars with Tatum and Brown. It was guys like Jrue Holiday and Derek White that can do all things.
Derek White has been such a key cog for them since he got traded from San Antonio a couple years ago. A couple of finals appearances and the title this year as well. South Sudan going right to Gabriel against his former teammate. Great communication by LeBron right there. Devin Booker was guarding him, and LeBron called for the switch. Curry, no. Tip in, yes. That's something that a lot of people don't see. So Devin Booker's guarding him in the post. It's kind of a mismatch. LeBron's on the opposite side. He yells for him to get out to the corner, and he takes the post guy, and he's able to be a bigger defender, get the steal, make it a little harder on him. Omot, blow by on Booker, and he's fouled. So Omot heads to the line. He was awesome in the first half for South Sudan, but a little bit more quiet in this second half. 16 points for the game, just 1 rebound, 1 assist. Royal Ivy has been animated really this entire game for South Sudan. And he's just been so proud of how his players have represented themselves, even at the World Cup last year, which is how they qualified for these games as the top African nation to finish at the World Cup. Despite finishing in 17th place, they win their last 2 games.
Yeah.
They had some momentum, and then of course they play these exhibitions heading into this experience, their first ever Olympic experience as an independent country, and it felt like they built some more momentum and confidence, especially with that game against the U.S., a win against Great Britain, and then the win against Puerto Rico to start. Oh, Davis couldn't finish the lob. Now Shayok looking to run.
Oh, there you go.
Pulls it up. No. That's the game plan for South Sudan.
Oh, you just bumped him.
Tried to take it, and Royal Ivy wants them to review this one. Let's check in with Carrick.
Hey, you guys are talking about Deng has been helping his team he's been paying out of pocket to help his team, that is. And Coach Royal Ivy told reporters Deng pays for gyms, hotels, plane tickets, everything. Bright Stars team doctor Julia Akot told me the players and staff showed Deng their appreciation with small souvenirs or paintings from where they play games, but they mostly with their actions. The doctor said if we all do our jobs to the best of our abilities, that is how we pay him back.
Yeah, and with that, Kareth, it's really spectacular, just the resources and commitment that Luol Deng has put forth as Jones tried and kicked. Wide open look is knocked in once again. Ball in rhythm from downtown as Booker is caught up on the drive. Around it goes. James with a new hop in his step. Bounces it. Davis. Bully ball. Offensive foul.
You got it.
And Omat feeling the effects. You know, that was the other part that a lot of these guys have talked about, that back home in South Sudan right now, they're looked at as superheroes. And they don't feel that way right now, but they know how much they're inspiring a nation that has a population that, for the majority of their population, half of their 10.9 million people are under 18 years old. So it's a young nation, as you see the hit that Omat had to sustain from one of the stronger players on this team.
I'm feeling that hit. But partner, you said it. I think as we continue to keep talking about, Luol Deng has talked. He's not trying to take any of the credit.
Well, that's why we give it to him.
Yeah, he's trying to make sure that he lets everyone know that it's not just him. Obviously, he has a very important role that he has done and he will continue to do. But it's not just him. And the best thing about this is this groundwork, this foundation has been laid by the basketball side of South Sudan is going to filter off into all the kids that are dreaming to be something, to become something. And so this is just incredible. This means so much more. This is way bigger than basketball.
They will go to the monitor here with 8:23 to play in this fourth quarter.
We about to level up.
The next icon of vacations, Star of the Seas. Book today.
Welcome to the Waverhood. With Wayfair, finding your style is fun.
Again, when the music stops, grab any chair. Doesn't matter if it's your outdoor style or not.
I'm sorry, Carl. This is me in chair form.
I don't see it.
This one's perfect for you. But you love it.
I told you we should have done a piñata.
I explained it so many times.
Mm-hmm. We're not sitting. You need to sit down.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
8:23 to play in this fourth, and that foul from Anthony Davis has been upgraded. So they're going to say that was a flavored foul inside on AD on the rip through with the elbow. A little extra and unnecessary contact from Davis is going to send Omat to the free throw line. And really, the entire USA side is pretty perplexed by the eventual ruling there. Steph Curry is trying to make his case, as is Anthony Davis pleading his case. But Tokaki Kato is basically saying, no, we looked at it. And LeBron James doing the same. Think about the four players right there that are pleading to Tokaki Kato, a 10-year FIBA veteran. You've got Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and LeBron James all on the 75th anniversary team trying to tell you that your call was incorrect.
Listen, I hope somebody got that photo for him. That's going to be a legendary photo for the ref. Obviously, you know, I thought it was different. I didn't see what he saw, but at the end of the day, he's out there, he's reffing the game, and he gave him a call. And South Sudan hasn't gotten many calls in this game, so you know we can cry about them not getting a call. I mean about that call, but they haven't gotten many calls in the game.
Sometimes it always evens out. Remember, the point differential is very important in terms of seeding. Also, if you're a third team getting through within your group, so South Sudan, every point is going to matter here as they brought it to within 14 with 8:23 to play. And we know they're capable of making runs, especially when they're making threes, as they were early in the third quarter. Got it to as close as 11 after trailing by 19 at half.
But the best opportunity is going to be to cause some havoc on the defensive end of the floor so they can get out in transition and be able to get some open looks off some mismatches as well in transition.
Jones bouncing off bodies, finishes, and one. He went right at Curry, and Jones cooking the chef.
That was good.
I appreciate it. But this is, you mentioned this earlier, he's great at shielding the ball with his body, especially for a guy who's undersized at just 6'1", 178.
Yeah, I really love the way that he approaches the game. You know, even though tonight's been a tough night, they've been on him, but he's not going to stop. He has so much patience down there. I mean, he's obviously a great finisher. Probably better going right, but obviously going left, he shows he can put that shoulder in you and he can finish. So, and I think he picked up a contract too over these couple of weeks. So he's in a good place.
Definitely turned some heads.
Yeah, I think he picked up some money over these couple of weeks with that performance he put on against the USA.
You look down, it's an 8-0 South Sudan run. Carly Jones capping it off, bringing it to 11 once again. James lost it. Davis saves it. Durant shoots it. Durant scores.
Yes! Everyone look at him.
They know who he is. Jones, Shayok, Gabriel.
See, they got him going.
And Omot, the starting five. Jones gets it to go.
That's that little guy scoop. You know that? Well, you know. Yeah, I've been waiting to get you back.
Yeah, you have. You've been patient, though. I got to give you credit.
I'm like Jones. I'm patient. Short and short.
Rebound. Staying here. Davis being held by Gabriel. That's the second team foul in this fourth quarter on South Sudan. The U.S. already with 3 team fouls. And South Sudan is hanging around here. Remember the point differential for them. They won their first game by 11, currently down 12. So, again, even if you lose by single digits, you're still a positive through 2 games.
Okay.
Curry inside.
And he was trailing them all the way into the layup on that one. So just great movement. Great screens, obviously, but great movement by Steph Curry.
First field goal for Curry in this game. Crossover, Jones, and
and
he does. And Booker a chance for a big-time three-point play. Foul will go on Omot. Started with the defensive end. Beautiful play on the help by Davis. And Booker just says, I'll do it myself. So Wenyen Gabriel is going to sit now for South Sudan. And Booker is going to get the free throw to try to extend this even further.
Oh, that's 5 for Gabriel.
They changed the foul.
Yeah.
Initially, they put up the number 5, Omot. And instead, it's Gabriel who just picked up his 5th and final foul. He had 10 rebounds in this game. Are they chanting his name?
I think they are.
Yes!
And they have really put themselves behind the South Sudan team. A team that, when they actually came out for their first game, heard the national anthem before the game, said it was a major motivating factor in eventually getting that win. Another chip on their shoulder moving forward in this tournament. 4-2. Omot is going to have to put it up, and he won't get it off in time. Shot clock violation.
Sometimes you got to make people put respect on your name.
Yeah.
And that's what they've been able to do. They've made everyone put respect on their name.
Even with this performance, despite the United States being mostly in control of this game, the continued fight from South Sudan to go on a couple of runs, keep things interesting, keep themselves very much in this ball game, and potentially keep it as close as possible, even with a loss in this final 6:33, should there be no more runs. They deserve a ton of respect in how they've carried themselves. Curry, Davis wasn't ready for it. Now, miscommunication with Durant. Bounce it. Davis!
Yes!
From Davis. And a timeout from South Sudan.
Another timeout called by South Sudan head coach. Yes.
This crowd showing its appreciation for this show. The passion. The pageantry.
KD loves playing basketball, man. He loves everything about the game of basketball.
Royal Ivey has been actively coaching his team from the opening tip. And he's going to make sure they run through the tape properly here, knowing what's at stake. Winning the first game by 11. This is a great look at this pocket pass.
Great look at the pocket pass. And first of all, Jones is the low man. He's a little guy. So automatically, KD already know that Anthony Davis can at least get it and do work. But you got Steph Curry and you got Devin Booker on the opposite side of the floor. So the defense will not be in help. They will be making sure they're closer to Steph and Book. And it gives AD an easy opportunity to go down the
And you saw, right when he caught that, he looked directly at Jones to see who the help man was.
I'm bigger than you.
Yeah, I've got this one. United States 25 assists on 30 made field goals. They have spread the sugar around beautifully.
Spreading sugar around
like Salt Bay?
Yeah, I do. Like Salt Bay.
Oh, Curry, razzle dazzle, a little too much dazzle. They're going to call that South Sudan ball. Royal Ivey's trying to tell the team, get it in there before they can change their mind.
Look at KD denying Jones at half court.
Thor taps the rim. Safe to say, Thor drops the hammer. I had to get it in before we got it. Curry blocks. Thor stayed with him. Omar. Durant trailing. Omar couldn't finish, but a foul. And more than half of this crowd was on their feet for the last 2 minutes of gameplay. Finally takes a seat.
LeBron tried to recreate the block in Golden State, but Steph Curry hated on him a little bit. He didn't do what J.R. Smith did. Just run by him a little bit. He fouled him.
And it's the fourth foul on Curry. That'll send Omar to the line after this timeout. 5:23 remaining. LeBron James. By the way,
look, see, he said he wanted him to run by him.
Well, you see, you know it. You experienced it enough to understand the dynamics of how it's supposed to go. We didn't mention this before. We were shocked to hear this to a certain degree, at least. The last game against Serbia was LeBron James's highest scoring output in his Olympic career. At 21 points, that was the most he's ever scored in an Olympic game.
Yeah, that's unbelievable to think about. And then looking up, I think he averaged 11 points a game in Olympic play. But that just shows LeBron's dominance. He doesn't need to score to be one of the greats to ever play this game. I mean, he can do it in so many facets, so many different ways. And so that's what he's done his entire career in the Olympics, is just win.
Good look at Chip Engelland along with Grant Hale, president of USA Basketball, and Mark Tatum, the deputy commissioner of the NBA, all in attendance here tonight. Bam Adebayo still the leading scorer for the U.S. with 16 points. He had that perfect first half, 5 for 5 from the floor. Kevin Durant, once again, just putting the ball in the bucket with 14. LeBron and Derek White, each in double figures with 10 themselves. It's Omar, who's the leading scorer of the game with 17, and Qual, who really got it going from downtown in the second half, right behind him with 16 of his own for South Sudan.
Can I just say how good Grant Hill haircut looks since he did use my barber the other day? Can we just talk about how great his haircut looks? Y'all want to show him again? Look at that lineup.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nato.
That's a nice plug right there. It did look crisp. I will say, it did look crisp.
That's a couple days old right there, too.
Yeah. Omar, last year in China, shot at 81% at the free throw line at the World Cup for South Sudan's, 14.4 points per game. You know, he actually began his college career at Division II school, Concordia, but then he grew 3 inches as a freshman.
Wow.
Transferred to Indian Hills Community College before finishing the final 2 years at Baylor. Didn't even play varsity basketball until his senior year of high school. And impressive glow-up, and he has played extraordinarily well against the U.S. 19 points tonight. An efficient 60% from the floor.
Well, he does it. Good pull up that book.
Booker.
Yes!
Similar, not at the level, but similar to Kevin Durant. He gets to spots, and he just rises up and shoot over the top. He doesn't do a lot of things fancy, and he keeps it simple, keep it basic, but it's been working for him.
6'9", 215. Thor will tee up the three.
Yes! Yes, slam dunk.
How do you say raise the roof in French?
I don't know, partner.
We'll have to ask Big Willie.
That's Big Willie. Bring out the app, Big Willie.
Jones, step back, three. No.
Yes.
Booker is fouled.
Oh,
Shayok reaches in. Final foul to give for
You
South
on
Sudan.
them.
You can tell how much Anthony Davis and LeBron's played together. When LeBron threw the ball up to AD, AD eyes never left LeBron. He saw him right away. He knew he was going to throw it. He was going to cut. That's just two guys that's played a lot of basketball together that know each other very well. He's mad at the rim. Look at him.
That was an angry slam.
I got hops. Y'all know that's a culture. That's a culture move.
Yep. Davis, James, 10 on the clock. Booker. Oh, wow, it gets through to Holiday for three. Booker's put his passing on display a little bit in these first two games. By the way, we haven't talked about this, but Joel Embiid, despite not playing a minute, he has been actively involved on the bench. Davis swats another one. Thor gets it back and finishes. He's been active on the bench. He's been laughing with his teammates. He's been up on his feet cheering.
Yeah.
He's handled this in a very impressive manner so far.
It seems to feel like it's probably a conversation that probably happened with the coaching staff, with him, like, hey, you know, if we need you, be ready, but we may not. And so he's been chilling over there, man. He's been joking with everybody, having fun. And most of the time when guys don't play, they're pouting, they're to themselves. He's not. It's good to see.
3:32 to play in this critical Group C matchup. Winner books a spot to the quarterfinal in Paris next week. And right now the U.S. in the driver's seat to do so. Shayok misses in at the rim.
Yes.
Joel, when he came out to warm up, everyone started booing him like they have been doing. And he just looked at everybody and said, bring it.
He gave him that process wave.
Yeah, bring it on.
James, no look. Adebayo.
Okay, Monte.
Not that time. Someone opened the window. Up ahead. Omar attacks. Finish gliding through the air. Omar now with 21 points. Holiday crossing on Shayok. Half the shot clock gone for James. Spin.
Left.
James.
Ooh, good.
Ooh, knocked away. Nice rotation.
Good rotation.
Qual takes it away. Shayok in transition. Leave it. Omar. Shayok. Slow it down here. 2.5 to play. South Sudan trying to get as close as they possibly can for that point differential. The U.S. trying to win by as many as they can. Got to run through the tape. Thor can't hit.
Yes.
James up ahead. Holiday. Bounce. Pops. And a rebound yanked in by Qual. Jones slithers through. Around it goes. Shayok. Offensive foul. Holiday always in the right spot at the right time.
It started with the early communication and transition with Holiday. And on the pick and roll with Derek White, communicating with him, letting him know that the screen was coming. And he ended up rotating all the way down to the block to get the charge. That's what it's about.
This team always talking. LeBron James coming off a 21.7 rebound, 9 assist performance against Serbia. Heads to the bench with 12 points, 7 boards, and 5 dimes in 20 minutes. Edwards will check in as Booker and White sit. Halliburton back on the floor as well. What a luxury to have Tyrese Halliburton that deep into the bench This is a guy that multi-time All-Star, assist champ in the NBA, bona fide superstar at this point. And
offense, continue to get rhythm. Every guy don't get a chance to shoot the ball every time like they normally used to, so you got to find your time to find your rhythm.
You know, there was something that Devin Booker said after the win against Serbia that I thought was really interesting and really telling about the difference of Olympic and FIBA play versus an NBA game. Because of, first of all, the fact that all these guys and all this talent is on the team together.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that it's only a 40-minute game. He said you're not going to get as many touches as you're accustomed to. You know, maybe LeBron, maybe Kevin Durant with the way he played the other day. But for the majority of these players, you have to adjust the way that you play. And so he said you have to build a rhythm early in the game without your usual kind of routine of flow of the game, how you get yourself, your first shot, where you try to get to your spots. So it's completely different on how you try to find that rhythm when you're playing with this team.
You're 100% correct. One thing that Coach Kerr said is, he said you're not coaching who they are, you're coaching who they can be for this team. And it's very important for everyone to understand.
Well, everybody who has played minutes today have scored for this team, and they have played their role as Edwards checks back in, along with Halliburton, Holiday, Tatum, and Adebayo. The final minute 42. Wenyen Gabriel fouled out of this game. One of the guys with the most NBA experience on the South Sudan roster. 7 NBA teams in 5 seasons. 27 years old. Played a couple games with Memphis last year. Signed with Maccabi Tel Aviv, but he's on the bench the rest of the way. Jones, Omot, Thor, Quoll, and Shayok are the 5. Jones right to the basket for 2. So Carlik Jones, after the sluggish start to this game, now up to 13 points and 7 assists.
Well, you South Sudan, you can't walk away with your head down from this game. You're arguably playing one of the greatest teams assembled. And this is your first time here, and so this unbelievable effort that they're putting forward.
Couldn't convert on the alley-oop. Jones back and drills a jumper. You mentioned it. Carlik Jones has turned a lot of heads, and he has absolutely gained attention for himself in a positive way for potential contracts moving forward. Edwards into the lane, absorbs the contact but can't finish. South Sudan trying to get this as close as they can to the 11-point win they had against Puerto Rico.
These points matter.
And that'll help. Omot with a chance for 3. Royal Abbey knows this, how important that these last couple of buckets can be in potentially squeaking them through into the quarterfinals.
Can we take a moment to give a shout out to Simone Biles?
Now we can.
And she's unbelievable. Just incredible performance she had put on. Congratulations to her and her family. And thank you to her for giving us all something to be proud of and cheer for. We all walk around with our chests out because we got the gold on our side.
And the United States with a team gold medal. Biles, Childs, Suni Lee. What a group it was.
Unbelievable.
Quite the nickname that I will not be repeating.
No, it's the Golden Girls.
Oh, that's where you're going.
Yeah, it's the Golden Girls.
I like that.
Simone put that one out. The other one.
No, that was just to throw it out there. Holiday, end of the clock, inside, Adebayo, hooks it through. And the 15-point game. South Sudan. Oh.
Yes.
I did.
I like it.
Can't finish inside. One more chance here for South Sudan to get points. Jones will tee up a deep one. And
that is not going to do it. We won. Yes.
We don't know that point right there could be very big. Edwards. Oh,
yes.
South Sudan will get it right back here. Shayok up ahead. Jones will get a fairly open one.
Oh,
blocked from behind. Got it through and didn't get it to go. Shayok got it off in time.